Thank you. Good afternoon. This is the January 27th meeting of the Bylaw Review Subcommittee of the Town Council, being presented via Zoom and captured by LCAT for later YouTube presentation. I am Pat Henry. With me is Tom Christensen, Bill Fonseca, Ralph Page, and Jean Quagletti. Welcome, everyone. And we can start by a review of the minutes. Don't believe I had any concerns with them.
No, I'm good.
If everyone has had a chance to review them, which I think this is the second time Jeannie sent them out, so
Yeah.
I always
Okay.
end up printing them twice and going, So I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Bill.
Second.
Thank you, Tom. Any further discussion? All in favor? Pat, yes. Tom?
Yep.
Bill?
Yes.
Ralph?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. I trust everyone has had a chance to see the document that I sent out, which is the draft of the presentation I hope to make to the Town Council on February 9th. However, where are my manners? I should ask if anyone has anything they want to bring up first. Ralph, pay attention. He's looking down.
You're going through the document. I've got a lot of things in the document, so.
Okay, so everybody's good. We can start reviewing the document.
Yes, we can.
It sounds like Ralph wants to start, if everyone is all right with that.
You can have the floor,
He might steal your thunder. He might have everything you were going to bring up.
but you know what? That's
Most
okay.
likely.
That's okay.
So sure, I'll take the floor. Pat, on the first page, the heading is the draft bylaw subcommittee update to town council.
Yep.
Under next steps, 1, 2, 3, the fourth bullet down, you
Yep.
have that the council president, bylaw subcommittee, town clerk, and so on need to get together to create language to make it easier for the charter for a one-time purpose. At the very last sentence, you've got that determination should be made by the council president, and I disagree. Council president has no more authority than any other council member. I think when it goes to the council will take a vote on how they want to handle it, and it won't just be the president.
To Pat's point, I had the same concern when I read through to Pat's point about Ralph stealing all the thunder, I have the same concern. That it should be a vote of the full council and not the council president.
My indication there was to adopt the format, the process by which we would do it, not to approve the bylaws or approve the charter review. So maybe, so what I'm trying to say is I think the council president should determine the track that we're going to run on. Does that change anything, Ralph?
What I thought was you're going to present this at the town council meeting, and that night we would take a vote on how to proceed.
Well, I don't
That's
think
my
we'll
interpretation.
I don't think
That's
we'll
my
have the-
interpretation as well. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we won't have the information. The determination won't be made by then as to how we're going to present it. I don't believe, Ralph, unless you can assure me differently.
So I know that I just talked to Larry on the phone as far as language that we're looking at for the charter update, and I believe we have it all nailed down. Larry came up with some rewording and stuff on it today. It seems to fit. I was very happy with it. I literally hung up the phone about 15 minutes ago with him.
I will say yesterday, we felt as the Charter Review Committee, we felt we were close to nailing this down with just a couple of edits to Ralph's point.
Okay, so if that's the case, I can take most of this out because it's not a decision for the council or the council president. It's a
really
decision being made by the charter committee, charter review committee, and will be approved by the council as part of that submission,
Correct.
right?
Exactly.
Yes.
It'll
Because
either
we're
be-
trying to, we are
Okay.
trying to streamline this process for this one-time fix. And that's the language that we're trying to come up with to reflect that without getting too complicated.
So it would be better if we don't mention anything about it. We just assume that you guys have got it under control.
Correct.
Yep.
I agree.
And that would take my next discussion point out.
Yes,
See,
it
we're
would.
shortening up the meeting, Pat.
Emotions, I mean, would that be just striking that whole fourth bullet then? Is
No,
that-
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I'll leave it up to the group.
Well, this is a draft, so we
It's a
can
draft.
edit the draft any way we want without taking any votes.
Right, okay.
Because
I
if
think-
this was a final submission, then we would take a vote.
I agree with you, Bill.
But you're agreeing to strike that whole bullet then, the fourth bullet?
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
thank you.
So go, Ralph. You're doing well so far.
No, I'm looking, bullet point number 5 then. You've got the
Yep.
council must schedule 2 public hearings. I'm assuming what you're talking about is to look over the summary or the synopsis of the changes that we're making.
It would be to present to the public the synopsis of the changes. Because I'm assuming that the Charter Commission will have approved the language that lets us do this in one swoop. We still have to disclose to the public what the changes are. And that would be at a public hearing.
So currently, the charter doesn't require us to do it at public hearings. We just have to read it at 2 consecutive meetings. But I know, Jeannie, that we had talked about with the Charter Commission, changing some of that language to require a public hearing.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the changes, and I don't have a problem having a public hearing. Technically, we don't have to, but I think we should.
I agree.
Personally, for transparency's sake, because this is such a huge undertaking,
Mhm.
I think there should be public hearings, but that's speaking on, my personal opinion.
I'd agree.
And
I have a question on the second to the last bullet point. When we're all said and done, our bylaws don't get uploaded to our site, right? E-code keeps all of that on their own computer and we have access to that. Is that the way it works?
yes, Jeannie.
I've looked at other towns and they have like a, I don't know if you know, our town website will have like property information, bill payments, they'll have like,
Right.
like dots, buttons. And I've seen some towns have like a button, E-code or town's code or something. It's gotta be, I feel it's gonna be in a prominent area.
I think Ralph's point is we're not uploading it out to our site. There's going to be a link or something
Right,
that will direct them to general code.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure that it's not our IT department
Oh.
that has to keep and control this, that it's actually them doing it. And we just basically have a link to their system to find everything.
no, it's them doing it.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we
Just
should,
verification.
yes, Bill?
I think I mentioned to you guys a while back, probably 5 or 6 years ago, the school committee undertook the same process to put all our policies online, hosted by the Mass Association of School Committees. And what it is on our particular web page as part of the town's website is the link to get to MASC's, to Jeannie's point, to get to MASC's page where all our policies are. They're responsible for uploading them, and any changes that we make, we send into them and they automatically change it and upload it. So we're speaking in the same terms here.
Mhm.
So I can change the language to say something like code available on general code website and the
No.
link, no,
The link would be on our,
I haven't finished yet.
okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
With a link uploaded onto our website to that document,
Correct.
something like that.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, yes.
Good. Thanks.
Then the next page, it says still outstanding, bullet point number 2. I believe the Charter Review Commission will have all the language and all done and ready to go. I believe it'll be at our next meeting. And then Larry will start composing everything. So that's bullet point number 2. Bullet point number 3.
Hold on a second, I gotta find it.
I'm just curious, Jeannie, when's our deadline to get a question on the ballot? Do you know?
No, I don't. I think it's 6 weeks, something like that, but I'm not sure. I looked it up last year.
So it'd be
I can find that out.
mid-March. It'd probably be mid-March then, something like that.
We got a tight timeline.
The charter, I talked with Larry this afternoon too, and I reminded him that the council's meeting is in February, then in March 9th, and the charter review has till March 15th to get the recommendations to the council. So we have to, the charter review has to target that March 9th date, hopefully the council date for the recommendations to the council.
I think we'll be there.
If we use that for, he does too.
Yeah,
He does too. Because we're close, and then he's got to put together his draft for the
Right.
charter review committee to proof.
yeah.
So we're pretty close.
So to Pat's point, though, it's going to be a tight timeline there, crunch time at the end to make sure everything's done. T's are crossed, I's are dotted and all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coordination's tough.
Yes.
So I missed
Well,
that because I had lost this page. So the first bullet was what?
Um,
We're gonna remove that? Because Charter Commission is taking that over.
yes.
The first
Uh,
bullet,
Second, sort of,
Second under outstanding, right?
strike.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was the first under outstanding.
it can be the first two.
Well, the first one is simply a statement.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's true.
Yeah, I think it softens the council up to what's coming.
Yeah, no kidding.
So keep the first.
Keep the first and strike the second.
Okay.
And just, I mean, we have to reiterate that it's going to be a tight timeline. We may need to do, a second meeting or something like that of the council.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah. Like a special meeting.
Well, we may even have another council subcommittee, because otherwise the council could meet for, I don't know, we have no idea how many changes the Charter Commission is going to make. I'm not sure that we can discuss them all in open session as a council without meeting every week for a month. So we may have to have a council subcommittee to make recommendations to the council for your product. There's always that possibility too.
Yeah, I gotta find out about that ballot, that timing.
That's right.
Yeah, because that's gonna,
We pull an all-day Saturday, Pat. We'll just take a
We've done-
Saturday, do all day like the old Charter Commission.
the old Charter Commission did that.
They only did it because they had to, right?
Well, it's the same thing. We were under a tight timeline.
We don't
Multiple
want-
times.
We don't want to
Yeah.
plan that.
We can't
Well-
have pizza and beer online though.
I know.
No, but we can social distancing though.
Okay. All right. Now we're talking, Bill.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to get out too far off the subject, but we're meeting in person now and we're socially distanced with masks in our conference room.
Oh, there
I
you
know,
go.
Ralph. But here's the thing, and like I said, I don't want to get too far off topic. We sent the kids back to school. We needed to meet in person. That little analogy there.
I agree. And we do too.
Yeah.
I agree. So we're gonna jump to attachment A. Had no issues with the top. It's basically letting them know what type of changes and all, just like the last time. The list of 24 significant bylaw modifications. I believe number one, we can remove the establishes an emergency communication center. That was the dispatch center, and the dispatch center we decided not to put in.
I agree, but I'm not sure that refers to the dispatch center, does it? Emergency communications isn't it that
So-
group 47 people that meet?
No, if you go on to E-code and you type in emergency communication center, it
Yep.
comes up the dispatch.
Oh.
Hmm.
And so that other committee.
That
isn't-
was an emergency management committee.
Right.
Right.
I think that's still active.
Did we
That's
add,
active. Yeah,
is it in the, is it in the?
yes. It's in the previous, but it
Yeah.
just says emergency management committee and it didn't say anything else.
Right, because I don't think they meet on a regular basis.
No, they couldn't remember the last time they met.
Right. It's only when there's an emergency.
And they
Right.
have no clue how many people are in it.
There's a-
Right. Whoever shows up. Yeah, I know. I've heard that story.
So my question is the emergency management committee anywhere in the code?
Yes.
Yes.
So that is an addition. I assume that was made not by bylaw change through the council, but by this committee. So it should go in here as establishes an emergency management committee.
Tom's looking it up right now.
Yeah, it's in there. So I think we added that section.
Did
Right?
we
I
add
think
the
we did
section,
too.
or did we just change the formatting? I think emergency management committee was in there previously. But it didn't have how many members or anything like that. I think that's the only language we tried to add.
So I should find it in the general bylaws. Right?
Potentially.
Is it in there?
Stand by.
Yeah, I'm not sure in E-code, they usually have a reference where they found it.
Good idea.
It says adopted by the town council at time of adoption of code. And it's called Local Emergency Planning Committee.
Nope, I'm not finding it in the section 10 there, the special committees or special committees and commissions. It's not in there.
I didn't think it was. I don't
Okay.
I think that's one of the ones we added because we went through all the
On the web-
boards and stuff that were listed on the website, and that one was on there with all the names listed, but it was not in the bylaw, so we added it.
So we should just change it to be establishes an
The
emergency,
local emergency planning
a
committee.
local emergency planning committee.
Correct.
Right.
Perfect.
And describes well, there's no activities and responsibilities, so just establishes, right? nothing more we can say about it.
No, because they, you know, they don't have a mission statement or, you know.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know if I created one for them or not. They shall oversee. Jeannie had made a suggestion to me, because I had taken this document and reformatted it for the Charter Review Committee, that on, like, say, number 3, 5, and 6, instead of establishes a Department of Municipal Finance, change the word establishes to added, because it's already been established. We're just adding it into the bylaw.
Or defines.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, establishes sounds too big, and that's not really.
Well,
what-
establishes sounds like we didn't have it before.
Sounds like we started it. We took it upon
Yeah.
ourselves to start a
Yeah.
public works department.
Yeah.
So instead of added, but defined.
Or added works. I agree with you that word is a little misleading.
Correct.
Added
So-
to me.
Whatever works. Added or defines or whatever.
I think defines because they existed. We just cleaned it up and
Yeah,
Well,
but we added it in.
We added
It
it in.
Didn't
Maybe is
exist
that
in the bylaw before.
If they
Yeah.
existed, they were defined.
Right.
So I guess
Okay.
added is,
Or we could do both, added and defined.
there you go.
I get paid by the word.
So,
Okay.
okay.
Anything else?
Number 15, increases to fines, fees, penalties.
Yep.
Didn't at the end, didn't we change that and remove that because we didn't increase it from 200 to 300? The reason we were increasing it is because a violation of the general bylaws
Was
we had
being,
Right.
proposed. Then when that didn't go through, then we said, well, we can't do for stormwater.
Yep.
that's the way you remember it, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Because I wasn't sure that perhaps that bylaw,
Jeannie, you had asked me something about this too, right? That was that email that I never responded to.
You did. You
Oh,
did.
eventually.
Yeah, and you said it was because the bylaw violations were 200, right?
Right. So we, just like Ralph said, we
Yeah.
dialed that back because we
Yeah.
switched that one individually. But since the bylaw number didn't move, that was an actual question in the workbook was for the stormwater bylaw.
Yep.
Yep. So I think we can just remove that one
Right.
because the fee's not changing.
so did we tell them to remove it?
I don't know what you guys told
We-
them.
In
Jeannie,
Jeannie's 3-page document.
I'm looking.
I think I found it.
Is that?
The
Wait,
penalty
then-
amount should be changed from 300 to 200.
Right.
Page
Chapter
191,
402, 10B.
402, 10B.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, we're consistent at least. Good.
There you go.
That drops another one.
So I have a question on number 18. It's fines for unauthorized parking in handicap zone. That's technically not in our bylaw. That's under the rules and regulations.
Okay,
That doesn't need approval?
Well, council sets fees, right, Ralph?
Yeah, the council sets the fee, but under rules and regulations, it's just a vote of the council. You don't even have to hold a public hearing or anything. I was just curious, because when I went to find it, I looked under handicap and forgot that we had switched everything over, and I don't mind it staying there. I just, like I said, it's not in the bylaw, it's in the traffic rules and regulations now. I don't know if that matters or anything.
Anybody else? Yeah, Jeannie?
I think we should keep it in.
Still a change.
It's still a change.
let 'em
And
know.
Yeah.
we have it approved, then miss it and have it, have somebody say, well, this wasn't approved with everything else.
And
Yeah.
I think we're waving the flag, saying,
Yeah,
watch out for those handicap zones. So yeah, that's a good pickup, Ralph. If we were desperately trying to reduce the number, we might do that.
I know.
Yeah.
one of the fees that I didn't see in here that we put in, we increased the fee for public entertainment from $50 to $75. That was based on the fact that we're already charging $75, but the old bylaw says $50.
Whoops.
So I think we should add that we're changing the fee in the bylaw from $50 to $75.
So that was approved with all the other increases in fees already. It was just
Well,
missed.
So
Right.
what we did before is we went to the town council and we said, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And they said, yes, good job. But we didn't advertise it at 2 meetings and do it like a normal bylaw change.
But
I
we
mean,
did-
a lot of these, the council had said, yeah, that's a good idea, go ahead and do it. I'm just thinking that that's still a fee increase. We caught it. We're just letting them know about it.
Then what do we do with the liquor license increases and the common vic and used car? Because remember those were all presented at town council a couple years ago and they were all approved?
Yeah, those were all approved though after 2 readings. We did 2 readings and then we changed the fees like what we were supposed to.
Yeah, and I think the public entertainment was in that category and it was just missed.
Oh, so we just never changed it within?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and I think that was my fault because I rewrote the public entertainment with the application, changing it to town manager, and I missed changing the fee to 75. So we're correct. We're telling general code in our list, this needs to be
Okay.
changed. It was my omission, so.
I didn't realize we had done that previously as a bylaw change and it just never got changed within the bylaw. Perfect. See, that's easy. I'm trying
There
to
you go.
add.
For my edification, the license fees, liquor license fees aren't in the bylaws.
That's true.
Not currently.
Right.
They will be under that fee schedule later on
Right.
because any fees will be listed.
Okay.
So is that the only, well then maybe it should be in there because because it was liquor license fees, used car licenses, common vic, entertainment.
So what I'm talking about, Jeannie, is ultimately, right now, we're just getting this. Then at some point after everything's approved, it's up and running, then we'll look at our fee schedule
Okay,
and we'll start going through and adding all the different fees.
right,
And
okay,
I believe the council at that point will take a look at it like the liquor licenses once a year. The departments will make suggestions on increases,
Mhm.
and then we'll take a vote as a bylaw change on which ones to increase.
okay,
That was my understanding from all the conversations we had prior to this, because we have discussed this a lot
right.
about where we were going to put them and how it was going to be handled.
That's all I have. What did I miss, guys?
Pretty thorough.
I just had one thing, on the first page, 1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph, I submitted the changes to general code on January 22nd. So that blank can be filled in.
Thanks, Jeannie.
Excellent job, Pat, by the way.
Thank you, Pat.
You caught
Pretty good job.
everything I could come up with. I mean,
I did
a few questions, but for the most
Yeah.
part, 99%. So
the excellent job was a year ago when I wrote the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
That was really tough.
Well, I've got another one. Wait, this is very minor.
oh boy.
Tom's name is misspelled at the end.
I had that coming, but
Oh, with the both, yeah, it's,
on both spots.
yeah.
What's misspelled?
Oh, yeah.
Tom's last name.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Jeannie.
Yeah, mine's spelled right.
Yeah, yours is.
down there.
Sorry, Tom.
It's quite all right, Pat.
Not the first time, huh?
No,
You've become numb.
yes, that's correct.
You have anything, Tom?
No, Ralph got my the three I had, and just Jeannie got my name, so we're all set. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
So we all feel like the third wheel, huh?
We're
Hey,
all coming
whatever.
down to the end. This will be awesome.
It's
Well,
that's what
we
you
were
get when
so-
you're in a meeting with Ralph. You know what I mean? You're always the third wheel.
Eh,
That's right.
We are so grateful you're on our committee, Ralph.
I can't wait for this to be done and have everything up online. I think it's going to make everyone's life so much easier.
Agreed.
Oh, I agree. I agree. It's been
I
a
am
lot of
going to
hard
make
work.
these
It is really funny. My first job in Paramus, New Jersey in 2002, I was looking up code for New Jersey, all the towns that we did on generalcode.com.
Oh, wow.
20 years ago.
Jeez.
I've used it too for the other towns.
Yeah.
Was that on an Apple II?
Lisa.
GS.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, guys?
I think we're good.
I will make these changes. I'll shoot it around to everybody again, not looking for any response, but if you have anything, only to me.
Yeah.
And I may think about how I'm going to make the presentation to the council, because I obviously don't want to read it. I will be sure to send it to Jeannie to send out ahead of time so they'll have it to read, so I don't have to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have an off-topic question, just as a general question for our committee, just for my own edification. So we just did the mixed-use bylaw, correct?
Yes.
Mixed use village district, yes.
Okay, excuse me. So but that's established by a bylaw?
Yes.
And so were we
This
not
committee-
supposed to have reviewed that bylaw as the bylaw subcommittee, or how?
And made many changes.
No, I'm not saying,
It's a good
I just
question.
thought that every bylaw went through this committee.
I think it's up to the discretion of the council on what to recommend to each subcommittee.
Okay.
Because we're not a standing subcommittee, I don't think. Are we?
We're bylaw review
Yeah.
subcommittee.
Are we a standing
No.
committee, though? Oh, okay. I didn't know if this was a one-time deal.
We've reviewed all the other bylaws. We reviewed
Right.
the-
Well, I guess that was my point, was when we did the stormwater one,
Right.
you guys
Yeah.
reviewed that. And so I just kept thinking that it was going to come onto our agenda at some point, and it never did. And so I was just curious about the process is all. Yeah.
I know, right? The planning matters have really gone through that. I think
Oh,
that.
right.
And I've watched all those meetings. I mean, that thing definitely I had a lot of eyes on it, no doubt about it.
Oh, there was, yeah.
I was just wondering about the procedure, and if it's up to the council, their discretion or the president's discretion, then that's totally fine. I wanted to know the process.
Yeah, in fact, it'd be a motion from the council to recommend to licensing bylaw, whoever.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
So
All right.
I thought all general bylaw changes came through this committee, and anything to do with zoning and planning went through the planning matters subcommittee.
Hmm.
I may be incorrect in that, but I thought that's the way it was being split up.
I think
No.
internally it is. It just happens to
That
work.
makes sense.
Does make sense.
But we have to
Any-
move on to the next phase of 330 Chestnut. Now we got to
Any-
get them zoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jeannie's
Good
put her
luck.
finger on it, so it's really up to the town council to refer it. to us.
Okay.
Or
we
the
don't-
appropriate subcommittee.
Right.
Yeah, whoever they want to refer to, or we
Right.
just reach up and say, we want to look at that.
All right. Thank you.
I think it's time for us to take a timeout after this one and just go, hey, you guys deal with it yourself.
I know there was actually something coming up, and I thought, is that going to come our way? I'm not sure, but
I bumped into Mike Kane in the parking lot the other day, and I was like, man, did I not know what I was getting into when I volunteered for this subcommittee?
I will say it's been a great learning process to realize what all the bylaws are.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Look at how much you've learned, yeah.
To sit there and read this 480
I
page
refer-
document.
I refer to it so much now,
Yeah.
just in my office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just knowing everything and been through everything is pretty great. Plus,
It does help.
You guys have been awesome. I've enjoyed this
it's been
subcommittee.
a good committee. It's a good committee.
We've got some good working groups here, and this is one of them, yes.
So I just hope they approve it, that's all.
Yeah. Don't send us back to the drawing board.
No. That'll
Okay,
cost too much. That'll cost too much money.
Tom, that was a super question. Anybody else have anything?
Nope.
Well, actually, off topic, it was the kennel licensing that might come our way at some point. A bylaw for kennels. So
Okay.
Well, we got to get Tom back on the committee then.
yeah,
Yeah.
kennel licensing might be. That's probably going to be on the agenda for the February 9 council meeting and how to proceed forward with that. So
Oh, then somebody will raise their hand and say,
Doesn't
give it
need
to
to go
them.
anywhere. I've already got it all done.
Oh, okay.
It'll be a 3-hour meeting.
Gonna be a 3-hour meeting. We're involved in that.
yeah,
The school
one,
committee's in that.
one and done.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right then. Again, thanks a bunch. I hope to see you all on February 9th on listening to the meeting if you're not participating.
Yeah.
I get to participate.
Yep. And other than that, I'll entertain a motion to go out and shovel snow.
So moved. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, Ralph,
Yes.
Bill,
Sure. Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. And thank you all, and especially thank you, Jeannie, and
Thank you.
Great job, everyone.
Pleasure.
Great job, everyone. I agree.
see you next time.
See you real soon.
Whatever that is.
Everybody.
Yeah.